Alright guys, so what I'm doing today is I've come down to this awesome creek system, and recently there was actually a cyclone that came through this area called Cyclone Debbie. Most of you might have heard about it, and what happened was this river was flowing so much and all the rubbish from up there has actually been washing down, and I've been finding quite a few water bottles, and mostly people would think this is a bad thing because it's contaminating the area, and yes it is. But I'm going to be using these water bottles to make a primitive shrimp trap, and hopefully I'll be able to catch a few shrimp and cook them up for you guys. So let's start making this trap and hopefully we can catch a few shrimp.
Black and white.
So the really cool thing about this shrimp trap in particular is all you need is a bottle and a knife to make it. And so the first thing that you need to do is, if it has a lid on it, just screw the lid off, put that to the side for now. Get your knife. Normally bottles have this certain line that goes down there. You can see this one's got this one here, this one. It's got that one up there, and what you want to do is you want to follow that line, just cut in there, be careful with your knife, cut in there, and just slowly cut around the whole bottle along that line as neatly as you can around to the other side. Okay, so as you can see, just cut that off, and it's really simple now. Whatever bait you want to use, I've just got a little bit of ham that I'm going to put in there. So put your bait in, close this lid, push it in like that. The shrimp will go in there and they won't be able to get out. I've caught hundreds of shrimp in these traps before. They're so good. Make sure you don't put them in the river before there's going to be a flood or big rain, otherwise they will get washed away. But yeah, I'm going to do that to these other three, set them in the creek, and hopefully we'll be able to catch a few shrimp. Right, so pretty much what we're going to do now is we've got some small pieces of ham, and I'll just grab this bottle. You can just shove it through like that. You don't have to have much bait, just a little bit of bait in the end there. You can see like that, the shrimp will just get drawn right in. That scent will be coming out there and they'll smell it in the water. So if you put about that much in each little bottle, it should be good. You can also use other baits. Ham's just what I found in the fridge, so that's what I'm using today. But a lot of other baits would work too, like beef heart, mince, anything that's bloody and meaty and stuff like that. Right, so we've got all these baited up. So what we're going to do is we're going to find 4 different places in this creek system where I think shrimps would hide. Place them there, wait a couple of hours. I might do a few different things in between those hours. But yeah, hopefully we can catch a few shrimp. Right, so often the best places to find these shrimp is under big rocks where predators can't get to them, and in under banks and stuff like that. And I found this place right here. It's got some wood, some big rocks, everything like that underneath the water. And I reckon there'll be a few shrimps hiding under there. So we're going to set one now. I'll get a shot of that underwater actually setting it. I reckon here looks like a good place. Right, so I've just spotted one underwater, and I'm going to get down there with the GoPro and see if you guys can see him. He's quite a big one too. He's coming out now. But yeah, I'm going to set another trap right there and hopefully we'll be able to get him. Right, so we've left this one up under this little bank for about 15 minutes. And it does look like there's a decent sized one in there. So we're just going to lift it up. Oh yeah, that's a pretty nice one. We've seen quite a few ones around this size. I'll go over to the net just in case he jumps out. But tip him out into there. You can see just sitting in that net there. Right, so I've just got this little freshwater shrimp on the hook there. Just simply hooked through the back there. And just to weight this rig, and what we're going to do is basically just cast it out into the middle there, and hopefully we'll be able to catch a nice sized eeltail catfish or eel that we can cook up later. Okay, so we're just getting bites here, and I wasn't sure if it was just a little perch or something, but I'm going to wait. Next time he does a little run, I'm going to try to hook him. And I'm actually really excited because this is probably about the second fish I've actually caught on this pen rod. They put up just a great fight on light line and light. Oh, here we go. Yep. I'm on. He's actually pulling out drag. Look at that. What is it? It actually doesn't look too small. Oh, it's a catfish. Alright, so I'm going to try to land this catfish now. It's definitely legal, but I'm not sure if we'll eat him or not. Alright, so I finally got the net. I'm going to try to land this catfish. Yep, there you go. That's actually a nice sized catfish. You can see there's a ruler in there. I think he's around about 40 centimeters. Let me get him out of there. So as you can see, I just perfectly hooked him in the mouth there. And if we go like this, should be a quick release. Just like that, hooks out. And you can see that spine there, that's a really venomous spine. My friend actually got stabbed by one the other day and it hurts a lot. But this guy, he'd definitely be about 42 centimeters or something. I wasn't expecting to get one this big on that rod. You can see he was pulling out line and put up an awesome fight. Well, I've caught these guys a lot of times in previous videos because they're such a fun fish to catch. And as I've said before, they're a really strange looking fish. 3 spikes on them. You can see all those whiskers at the front there and big blue eyes. And they just look so cool. They get a lot of meat off of them if you get a fillet like that. Well, we've actually decided not to eat this catfish. I reckon he's a bit too big and we're gonna go hopefully catch some shrimps and cook them up. But we're just gonna get some underwater shots of this guy being released. Because doesn't he just look so cool? He's biting onto my finger at the moment. Oh, doesn't he look so cool in that crystal clear water? Alright guys, so we're just going to check the second pot. We just checked one. It was a bit hard to get to. It had 2 little shrimp in it. So hopefully this can have a few more. And yeah, it does look like there's some in there. Yep, there's 2 in that one. Let's hopefully we'll be able to get a few more in the other ones. And I'll get back to you later. Well, as you can see down here, definitely not the biggest haul of shrimp. But we got quite a few. They're going to taste really good after we cook them up. And well, it's just great fun. You can find something like a plastic bottle down this creek and use it to catch all these shrimp. It's just so cool. I love doing it. That's why I showed all you guys. And you can let them go after, but I'm just going to teach you guys how to cook them up right now. Alright, so to cook them, all you need to do is actually rip their heads off and then chuck them in the plate and fry them up. And you can boil them, it works just as good, but I'm just going to do it on the fry pan today because I've actually never tried that before and I'm really excited to see how they turn out. Alright, so it's definitely not going to feed a whole village, but it should be enough for just me. And I reckon after we cook them up in the fry pan, they'll taste really good. So let's get into it. Alright, so I just got this little piece of garlic here. We're going to make garlic and lemon prawns. So we're just going to cut the skin off of the garlic. Alright, so then we're just going to dice up this garlic into small little pieces. Alright, so Dad's actually tricked me again. Apparently this is ginger, not garlic. He did that once before in my catfish catching cook. He said it was mixed herbs and it was actually cloves. And he gave me an orange instead of a lemon. But, so I guess we're having ginger prawns then. Alright, let's keep going. Is this definitely a lemon, Dad? No, alright. So since we don't have any oil, we're just gonna squeeze a bit of lemon into the pan just to make it a bit more watery. Then we'll start this fire, cook up the shrimp. Alright, so I just got this handy little lighter. Santa bought it for me. So what we're going to do now is we're going to light this up. Works actually really good. Alright, so I've just been keeping these shrimps in a bit of water to keep them fresh. And we'll just grab them out and put them in the pan. Alright, well I'd normally wait for it to die down to the coals, but we actually have to head up the creek today. We're heading about 3 hours up there to try to film another video. You might see that next week or something, but we're just going to put the pan on now and cook up these prawns. Hopefully the fire doesn't disappear and we can cook them up good. All these big fellas, I normally cook them until they turn orange, and you can see this one down here. That's already starting to turn orange, so it should be ready in about 2-3 minutes. So I'll get back to you then. Alright, so these prawns are all ready. You can see just like that, they're definitely ready. So I'm just going to take this pan off and put it over on this rock over here. Let it cool down for a bit. Just like that. We'll let that cool down. put out the fire, and then they should be good to eat. Alright, so pretty much what we're going to do now is we're going to put these prawns down onto this and eat them. And it's definitely not a big meal at all, but I'm still interested to try them pan-fried because I've never actually tried that before. So if we put them all there, and I was going to call it garlic prawns, but I guess I'm going to have to call it ginger prawns now. Thanks, Dad. But, yeah, let's give it a taste test. Alright, so I'm just going to sharpen this stick off with the knife to use as a bit of a fork, knife type of thing. But, right, that's looking pretty good. Now we can pick the prawns up and give them a taste test. I'll go biggest one first. Now what you need to do is peel the shell off. The shell was still on there. We cooked them in the shell. You can eat the shell if you want, but I just prefer to peel it off. Alright, so that's what you get from that biggest prawn. It wouldn't feed anyone. You'd probably need 1,000 of these to actually be a meal. But let's give this the taste test. It's chewy, but you can really taste that lemon and garlic. Not garlic. It tastes like prawns. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. These prawns were actually really nice. And what I'm going to do now is go up the creek, try to film another video that you'll probably see in a week if everything goes to plan. So thank you so much. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bone Apple Tea.